Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. 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 Enemy has the ball. Reset. Ball incoming. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy halfway to victory. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Enemy team nearing victory. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. 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 Enemy has the ball. Round 2. Ball incoming. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. 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 Enemy has the ball. Ball out of bounds. Ball incoming. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. 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 Enemy halfway to victory. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. 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 dropped. Enemy has the ball. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball out of bounds. Ball incoming. The ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Ball dropped. 30 seconds remaining. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. 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 Ten seconds. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Ball out of bounds. Defeat.
Welcome back to the Bravo stream, everybody. And yeah, after a crazy game on the main stage, we are now here on set in Bravo to commentate on some video games. That video game in question, of course, Halo Infinite. Now, this series is set up beautifully. ITB Esports versus Cloud9. ITB taking game number 1. Recharge Oddball to give themselves the lead. And this is a battle for what's looking like second place in this pool, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that you, if you told us earlier this year there would be ITB and Cloud9 going up against high-stakes pool play matches, fighting potentially in the, what I think a lot of people are calling, we called it on the desk, the group of death, one of the hardest groups. It's just, you wouldn't have put those stories together. I think that is indicative of the entire year and its entire event already.
Yes.
You have amazing storylines developing, and so nice to have, even here on the Bravo stream, just high-stakes pool play matches already.
Yeah, it's been crazy so far, this event. It is certainly, I mean, raised eyebrows from the moment we kicked off, it felt like. Some of the series we've seen, I mean, Cloud9 were involved in one of those a little bit earlier, as they went to a Game 5 and unfortunately got reverse swept against Sceptify Rebellion in a wide, if you haven't seen it by the way, I believe it was a 49-49 finish in that Game 5 as well. So for C9 to go down 1 in this series, now they have to start climbing that mountain. So get back into it once more. It's a great start for them here. You can see they've got the camo in their hands of Sceptify as well, and a couple of kills going their way. Doesn't quite get the stick onto TchiK this time. The sniper rifle will be collected by him, and this is a way for ITB to maybe start clawing their way back into this game.
See what TchiK can do. Gonna wrap around and take his time. Try to keep a teammate alive. Rat tunnel, easier said than done, but the quickscope They should be able to get this without a trade. In the end, though, help comes in that will force the trade. That was 3 dead for ITB.
It's been a very interesting story, and a comparable one for both of these teams so far this season. ITB, we mentioned how it's been a 6th, 16th, 6th, but a lot of those 6 were grabbed through crazy Game 5 wins. All of last season for the majority of this lineup, it was Game 5 heartbreaks. And that's been the story for C9. It's been a lot of Game 5 heartbreaks. Some really great series against some of the best teams in the world. The likes of FaZe, we saw them take to a Game 5. They've been in some big series. But always just come up a little bit short in those big moments. So a very similar trajectory for both these teams. And I think for C9, just getting over that line against a team like ITB might just spark something good for them this tournament.
Couldn't agree more. 1 dead for each side here. We see what zMightys can do and connects right away from the sandbags. A nice angle should have helped from the window, so that one should be an easy one. And it is indeed. 17-12 now. Make it 18-13. A nasty set of battles there on the key door. Things can get a little bit dicey. That was 3 dead for ITB, so they find themselves down by 5, and they need to make sure they slow this game down if they want to maintain a lead in the series.
Attention now goes towards the camo. You can see Manny's going to find a kill in the feed, though. Just going to clean up some damage. Gets not just 1, but turns that into a double kill, and that should open this side of the map up for both teams to fight for it. But the timing is on the side of C9, and Sceptify going to get away with a 2nd camo in a row now for Cloud9.
Really nicely done here by Sceptify. All you need to do is just bring that back, make sure you're watching kind of all your angles. Now that's going to allow his teammates to push pillars as well. As you see the concrete, they're going to make the sandbags push now. It looks like maybe even putting some numbers on the other side as well from the green angle to continue the pinch. Yeah,
got the important information as well. And by doing so, now relays that to his teammates. Jimbo does find 1 onto Svspector, but the sniper rifle was also popping up in the kill feed as well. Somehow Jimbo and zMightys have combined for 2 when it felt like the situation really wasn't favoring them in any situation whatsoever. Information collected again by Sceptify here. Backs down, but going to be flooded. Can he escape with his life? Just about manages to do so. Where did that sniper rifle go, though? Would like to see who's managed to control that, but controlling the kill feed right now is ITB. Down by 7 at the moment, but this beatdown battle could make that a little bit closer. WuTum doesn't win it. Usually he is the player that comes out on top of those. Oh my!
Great shots from Sceptify to now turn that into a killing spree. Very, very well done. And it's a comfortable lead for C9, 28-20, as they look to tie up this series. And honestly, if they continue at this pace, or even, okay, that little freebie gift. Jimbo flies onto the bags, no idea that Sceptify was there. Especially if those gifts continue, this one should continue at the same pace.
Yeah, keep my eyes on Jimbo during this event, actually. I think some eyeballs certainly on him for some of the stat lines we've seen coming out. Not the best of Jim, I would say, so far this tournament. Certainly maybe a few question marks about his performances in some of those games that have been lost by ITB, but if he starts to pick that slack up a little bit, finds himself a little bit closer to 0, you're not asking him to go +10 in every game. He is the player who's going to be the forward guy for ITB that's outpicking damage for other players to play around. And it should put them in a good position to progress a little bit further, but 32-20 at the moment. It looks like only one team really is in the ascendancy here.
Really does feel that way, and it looks like no signs of slowing. And even if you, you look at the quality on Cloud9, and not to say that ITB can construct a comeback, I'd love to see it, but you look at the quality on Cloud9, especially with the new pickup as well, perfect shots from Sab. It just feels like now, especially with a 14 kill lead, this is just going to kind of be the home stretch for them. 3 dead again for ITB.
It's not like it's the kill lead with only 14 kills on the board either. We are now entering the business end of this game as well, so trades are going to be more than enough for C9 to close this out and tie us up on 1-1. Slayer record. Wow.
Also, how about the peeking, right? The fact that he goes back tower like that just perfectly peeks it. Also just paves the way, stays alive for Svspector, be able to move in here with the camo as well. Now it's a 14 kill lead still.
Should be able to cross the 40 kill mark, you would imagine, as well, with Svspector with his camo in his hands. I like how he's not being the forward guy, though. You can see he's still trying to work on alongside a teammate. Maybe a little bit of damage comes in from him, and he becomes the surprise 2nd player. WuTum is going to be taken down. Svspector with the beatdown to take him down, and now the camo will dissipate, but job pretty much done. It's another kill secured trade.
Nearing victory.
See what you can do here from the nest bridge angle, and like we said, it just feels like Cloud9 picking apart. Ever since they created a 10-kill cushion, you could just make plays that you otherwise would not be able to do in terms of comfort, sightlines, angles, things like that. They're really taking advantage of that.
I think I want to talk about zMannny as a pickup as well, because I feel like he's the kind of player who's maybe a little bit underappreciated when it comes to Halo Infinite. But he's the kind of player you want on your team for C9 with the roster that they have, right? Because you're looking across the names, you're looking across the style of player. zMannny fills that role. He's that glue of the team. He's going to be the player you play off of. And for players like Svspector and Sceptify, I think it's going to really enable them to take their game to the next level as well.
Couldn't agree more. See what Jim can do now. Down by 11.
The Jim Brainers.
Let's see what he can do. A few shots left, 5 in total. Bring this game within reason. Maybe especially if he tags a few bodies as well as heads. Trying to rotate out. No kills just yet. And here it comes.
So TchiK was aggressive there because he had the QT, so he could run in and find information. Still going to be found by WuTum. Sceptify going to be challenging. That's the kind of shot that just quite simply has to be hit in that situation.
Yeah.
Sceptify will now turn that initial kill into a double. Mighty's last alive gets a trade, but they're the moments, right, that you look at as if Jim no-scopes that player, all of a sudden Flood can come in, and that's an opportunity for ITB to get back into it. Not an easy shot by any stretch of the imagination whatsoever, but if you want to formulate a comeback, it has to be off the back of something special.
It really does. 45-35 now, just really, as we said, it's a formality, these last 5 kills.
I felt like we said that a lot, and all of a sudden we find ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. We got to stop saying that. Especially, I think this era of Halo Infinite has taught us, well, not taught us clearly because I'm still doing it.
Yeah,
but
trying to teach us.
Yeah. One of the many lessons that life has tried to teach me.
We're not smart people.
Over the past few years that I really just haven't been able to get a grasp of, is how I would describe it.
2 kills to go here. Oh, WuTum. There is
Wait.
a flank coming in the rat tunnel, though. It's going to be zMannny.
That team kill?
He's going to slide behind enemy lines to get that 49. The last kill was going to be in front of him. Jimbo in the 1v1, tries to survive, tries to just delay what feels like the inevitable. Not going to be able to, and C9 will tie up this series at 1-1 with an 11-kill difference with a 50-39 win. We find ourselves in game number 3 here on the Bravo stream in Pool C between Cloud9 and ITB Esports. My name is Onset, and alongside me is Bravo, because he is contractually obliged to be there. This is a big game, though. This is a swing game in this series for what is a very big series as well between these two teams. This is essentially a matchup, a battle for potentially second place in Pool C, which gives you a little bit of an easier road when it comes to that bracket a little bit later on.
It really does. And I got to say, by the way, shout out to everyone hanging out with us on the B stream, because if you're watching the B stream and you want to see some good Halo and you just want to see these teams duke it out, you sound like the kind of people we'd want to hang out with.
Yeah, I would love to bump into all of these B streamers on the
like at a bar,
after party, yeah.
Yeah, a little bar, after party, get a drink with you guys.
We should be some good conversation.
We should mention, we've got our feet up. We hope you at home have your feet up. Maybe a favorite snack and beverage. We've got a few as well. And excited to see what's going to happen in this series. As you said, tied 1-1 and a lot to play for in Pool C.
Yeah, Argyle is where we find ourselves, so a little bit slower pace in this game. After Cloud9 answered back with that Slayer win in the previous map. ITB, of course, winning Recharge Oddball, one of their stronger game types. And this is going to be a really interesting match to watch. This man on your screen has the ability to take games over on Argyle with his sniper rifle. He's going to have a lot of responsibility and work to do, man. He's trying to pressure him, he's trying to survive, he's trying to escape. He does get away with the trade. But unfortunately for him, it means that the sniper rifle is going to go down, and ITB elsewhere on the map just found themselves falling 1 by 1. So an opportunity here for C9 to have a bit of map control, a bit of presence, and zMannny, the new addition, he's looking fantastic right now.
And speaking of new addition, he's also got a new addition of additional sniper rifle bullets now. As you saw here, he had one stick, and now he's still got 6 left after all those shots. By the body of his teammate, just on the flag himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's great damage output from him. He's got the repulsor sending a little bit further up, and now he's looking for a couple of extra spawn kills. Jimbo sliding around that corner. He's going to have 2 players to deal with. C9 still not quite able to get that flag moving, though. Elsewhere, WuTum has managed to find a kill or 2. WuTum going to be re-challenging, and TchiK off of the respawn. It's good time bought, actually, by ITB. They really did stagger that flag, but they still got work to do here to send it home.
Should go back moment. Yeah, it does get returned in the end. I like the angle from WuTum as well to go to your screens, and you kind of have to hope that you're going to get elbow spawners. You probably are based on a screen's position, but they did a really nice team shot to just keep them off the flag. And honestly, that is the brutal part about Argyle. That was like Argyle in a nutshell. Anyone who's played it enough, whether in tournament play or in ranked, knows exactly what we're talking about. But even when everything looks good for Cloud9, in the end, if you're not pulling that flag off the stand with the right intent, as 3 were dead there momentarily for the side of Cloud9, if you're not pulling that perfectly, and we're starting to see a very good pull and run, speaking of, you talked about how Mighty's plays this game, and he's made a great effort across the map. He's wasted no time, hits the slide as well.
Yeah, really good route here from Mighty's as well, and it was the timing of the 4th kill was a really important one. They dealt with Svspector. However, they've got to deal with Sab with the sniper rifle. Not only did he get the kill on the flag, which is agonizingly close,
Where's the spawns?
it hits the body as well. WuTum's trying to play this one very smart, though. You can see he's trying to progress mid-map. He's trying to put pressure on Jimbo. He's going to be very, very tempted to go for this flag touch, and at some point, ITB will have to. But Sab has a beautiful angle on this. Mighty's gets one.
Gotta go now.
Jim's going to go. He doesn't hit that shot. It's a second shot that does connect. But it doesn't stop that flag going home. It will be ITB who strike first here.
Man.
Even with Sab making some hero plays.
Somehow Sab hits the harder shot, it felt like, but Jim getting under that tag. They did not leave any extra time. I thought they were going to maybe pile TchiK and Jim on it just to make sure one gets it. In the end, though, it's actually just Jim just going underneath the tag of the snipe and getting that flag in. And they needed to make sure that went home. They now lead 1-0.
1-0 here on Argyle as well. It's a very different 1-0 as it is on other flag game types as well. It feels like you just have control of the map. You can play the 50-yard line. You can spawn kill. You can really force C9 to have to make some big plays. Not just one set of big plays. It's one or two big sets of plays to get that flag moving. However, at the moment, those big plays are starting to be made. It's 3 dead for ITB, and even for the good work that they did, now they find themselves really having to fight hard. WuTum gets away with a little bit of murder there. Challenge didn't get stuck, and now we'll find a kill to at least give ITB a little bit of map presence. But Svspector's still running that flag home. He's got a little bit of company as well. TchiK is going to find a beatdown himself. Oh! Where did you come from, Jimothy?
Beautiful pull there. 2 dead. Let's see if they can keep this one out. They're trying to get the re right now, but oh, this is dicey.
This boy can move. zMightys is on the re as well. And they will get that return.
My God.
I'm pretty sure it was a grapple in from Jimbo to get that flag moving. And that is a massive, massive play. Not only did they get the return, by the way, they also have the flag away from the C9 base. zMightys is on the flank. Can't pick up any kills, though, and it will be, by the looks of things, a dead flag, but essentially, job done.
Still, I mean, yeah, Jim's also going to make sure he gets a trade for a double, but what an unbelievable play. Also, WuTum staying alive. All it took was one missed nade, where WuTum would have been pre-naded coming off of snipe elbow. Instead, he gets away, somehow does enough damage, and just holds on the map. And I cannot agree more. I cannot wait to see. We got to see that from Jim's POV at some point. Ideally, theater captured in 8K. We have those things here. But my God, what a pull from Jim. And honestly, that could become series-defining pretty quickly if that gets in the heads of Cloud9.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's a real mental challenge for them to overcome now. Jimbo will be taken down by Sceptify, and finally, C9 look like they might have recovered, but good shots coming in from WuTum again, and there's been a few little defensive plays from ITB in and around their base that have just kept that flag from moving, and certainly a big defensive play inside of the Cloud9 base. But WuTum now pushing up to mid-map. Looks like a battle for mid-map, but he gets absolutely shredded like your favorite cheese of choice. Which is, Andy, what is your favorite cheese?
Oh, gosh, I mean, it's really going to be dish.
It's a tough question.
It's going to be dish-dependent, without a doubt, cuisine-dependent as well. You know what I'm going to say, just for variety? We had some good tortilla cheese at the Halo 2 2v2s. I don't know who the heck paid for that giant taco bar, but there was some great tortilla cheese. And, man, that's probably one of the MVP cheeses for me.
If you're sat at home wondering right now what kind of cheese that is, I am with you. I have absolutely no idea. TchiK with the sniper rifle, though. Looking for some heads. It's a far more simple job for him. Sceptify! Scepter, goodbye.
Famous Disturbed song.
Sebastian. You nasty boy. Beautiful headshots coming in from him.
Yeah, 12-7 in the game right now. 5:37 left on the clock as well. So in Argyle terms, that's not very long.
or very long, depending on
if you're playing or watching.
The game type. Yeah. Spector there with the sniper rifle on the other side here for C9. Jimbo's going to pop up. He's going to say hello and waste another bullet. Does get the kill onto Sab as well. So Spector now, who's probably thinking about progressing up the map now, has to turn his attention to Jimbo, who was overextending. Hits the body, but doesn't manage to take Jim down. So you can see at the moment, like, he's got head on swivel, doesn't know whether to look forward, help teammates look back, defend his flag, and you kind of get caught in this awkward no man's land at the moment. And Jim doing a great job, you could say, behind enemy lines. Because
burning snipe,
yeah, the longer he's there, the less likely C9 are to progress up the map themselves.
Yep. Also 2v2 right now on the map. I agree, but forcing to burn that snipe. Sab picks up another one on zMightys to now make move mid-map.
Did he think that was a frag grenade? Questions that only Sab will be able to answer. WuTum finds one bottom middle. C9 just trying to play the mid-map at the moment, as we will say numerous times throughout this weekend when we're watching Argyle. But just under 4 minutes 30 left on the game clock at the moment. You start to kind of quantify that into pushes, right? There's still a lot of time here for C9 to put 5 or 6 pushes together. But every single time that they do and they fail, ITB get a little bit closer to winning this game and going up. And with a 4 dead situation, this could become an even more difficult situation with
Wow.
Jimbo set up hitting shots like this and maybe just putting more pressure onto Respawn as he creates space here for zMightys. However, Jimbo did get taken down. Is he going to get the timing? Yes, he is. It's 2-0 now to ITB Esports. It's a beautifully executed run from them.
That's a great line from you there to turn 4 dead into 4 dead. The 5th kill comes in as well. And essentially on Argyle, once you get the 5th kill and the flag is moving, it should be home. And that's exactly what happens. And now with 3:45 left, 2-0 for ITB. It's a big, comfortable lead. They really just need to play their mid-map game.
Yeah, I mean, Manny's last alive as well. They would have had information on where he is. You can see they're trying to find him. They're trying to hunt him down. And even with no shields, somehow Manny hasn't been taken down. Once again, for the 3rd time in a row, gets his shields back. Finally gets dealt with. Svspector challenging TchiK here. He's trying to put some more pressure on the C9 base. And for ITB, this is great news, because the more pressure that's on their base, the C9 base, it's more opportunity to move this flag, and here is the greatest flag runner in the history of Halo. Well, what in the 360 wrist breaker?
Oh, if we
180. Sorry, I got carried away.
If you didn't think he was on, if you didn't know he's on mouse and keyboard, you would be like, what on earth? That is the type of play where you're playing against it, and you're like, this guy is cheating. Nope, he's just on mouse and keyboard and doing wild stuff like that.
Enemy flag
That kind of flick, that kind of speed, it almost felt like he was playing on a VR headset, to be honest with you.
That's the stuff of nightmares. Like you're behind someone, and moments later, you think you're chasing a flag carrier, and he's facing you and shooting you.
It's the crazy thing about M&K, like, it's just why WuTum's so good. It's why you see him output more damage than a lot of other players that are in the league. He has that ability to snap around and get 1 or 2 extra shots in that nobody else would be able to on controller. So
He's like an owl.
he is an owl.
It's honestly, it's
WuTum is actually finished for owl.
It's the equivalent of seeing someone who you think is running away from you, but their head is facing you. It just
swivels through the waist up.
Terrifying.
enemy flag
Oh god. Scared.
Flag is going to go home here though for C9. That makes it very interesting. 2-1 while we're having a little bit of fun. C9 still locked in. 2 minutes left in this game. Now you look again, equate that to pushes. Think how many times you have to hold off a Cloud9 push here for ITB. You're probably thinking 3 or 4 at this point. Those perfect shots from the tomb are going to make it a little bit more difficult for C9 to put one of those pushes together.
He probably wants to quantum translocate pretty soon. Thinking about making it. Let's do it again. The shots are too good. Manny taken down as well. WuTum is just bouncing, ping-ponging off these QT halls. Flag on the run.
Flag bottom mid, 3 dead here for C9.
Oh yeah, this looks good.
Jimbo's
Grapple as
running
well.
this one home. Will deal with this player though, and Sab gets the kill. There's 2. zMightys finds another one. zMightys finds 2. It's 3 dead, and surely ITB are thinking about putting this flag home. Svspector is last alive. They have his location. That means that now WuTum can think about the route, how he's going to avoid the lines of sight. Throws it in towards the base. Almost puts it home to close things out here for ITB.
Someone's there, right?
Another touch has to be put onto it. You can see that TchiK is just thinking about mid-map at the moment. He's thinking about holding things off. This is an intelligent play.
There we go.
And it will be ITB Esports who put that 3rd flag in. 3-1. And now they find themselves up 2-1 in the series. One away from closing this out. Welcome back, everybody, to the B stream, and ITB Esports win Argyle, capture the flag to put the 1 game away now from closing out the series against Cloud9. Andy, quite the performance from them in that Argyle looked very, very clinical, I would say.
Yeah, I really liked what I saw. I think we've seen really good stuff from ITB on that game type historically, and it was nice to see them continue that. I mean, what a stop from Jim. Honestly, I think that was... Stand by it. I think that could be a really big momentum swinger in the entire series, not just the game. Plays like that when you're at like a heartbreaking flag stand, and the defense that comes in, it really gets under your skin when you feel like you've done all the work and someone rips your flag off your stand and then kills all 4 of them.
Jim is a big momentum player as well. He's a big confidence player, and I think little things like that, knowing you've contributed to a moment of success for your team. Oh! Lets him do things like that off the back of it. Finds himself a shock rifle as well. It felt like he had no right to win that.
No right. Also, it actually looked like the repulse was mistimed.
Yeah.
But somehow just gets it framed perfect almost to make sure he gets the kill before the melee trade or anything like that would have come in. As you say, just going to continue now to deal damage and play some angles.
Really, really strong start here from ITB. 2/3 of that hill already captured. They need some kills, though, if they want to make this their own. You can see a flood is starting to come in bottom middle. Trades come in on either side. Manny's going to get fizzled, but not rattled quite as yet. Tension back. Jim's playing some Halo, boys. Jim's playing some Halo.
4 dead. Svspector's your first spawner, but couldn't agree more. Jim's POV looks good. We've been treated to it quite a lot in this series, and for good reason, as you've already seen.
Guess who you're watching right now?
Can you guess? We're going to show you 2 POVs.
TchiK looking superb. Of course, WuTum on your screen right now. Good damage coming in from him, but not able to turn it into any kills. But C9 find themselves 3 dead, and off the back of the damage, Svspector tries to make a hero play with the shock rifle, but not going to be able to rip TchiK out of that hill. And it's going to be ITB who go up first, and they will be now looking to break the rotation. Looks like C9 realized after that kind of peak bomb middle from Svspector that they have to play for this next rotate. But TchiK's in a great spot here, and Jimbo with that kill is going to create more opportunity, and this is a setup that's looking a little bit paper thin.
Svspector connects though. Won't presumably be able to do even more. WuTum will take him down, and just like that, it will be time on the board. It was 3 dead as well for ITB.
Got the spawns as well. You can see they're spawning over towards the snipe tower. Cloud9.
Oh.
That thrust is devastating.
Fade away.
A lot of hit movement in that one coming in from TchiK. And another kill goes their way as well. So now we can step back into that hill once more. And ITB looking really, really good at the start of this one.
Feels like that's whatever the next Halo is, that's good metal candidate for fade away. I'd love to hear Jeff Sticer drop a fade away.
I agree.
That could be mean.
You've been trying to push that for a while now.
Not gonna lie.
It's gonna happen.
We'll see. Most things I want don't happen.
True. We're still yet to learn those lessons, as we were mentioning earlier. 2 dead here for ITB, and finally Cloud9 will step inside of that hill and have an element of control. Sceptify with some good damage, and more importantly for him, information on where that push might be coming. There is a player on the driveway here for ITB who's being somewhat of a nuisance, and his name is WuTum.
It was a friendly repulse. Not a bad one, just a friendly one. A little loop, a little lift. In the end, Sceptify will live through that one and now start to also push towards loop.
Interesting situation here for ITB. Do they formulate one more push here? It looks like they will have the timing to do so, but the kills and the flood coming out from C9 really, really strong here. Just prioritizing their numbers just where they need to in and around the loop and the glass to make sure ITB weren't able to break through and make a little bit of a last stand. But as I say that, it's a really important kill actually from Sceptify.
Big.
If he doesn't take down WuTum there, then the flood is pretty much going to come his way. Sceptify now trying to break, but ITB inside of the hill,
Jimbo.
and Jimothy. Look, Jimington, which is the full gamer tag that they had to shorten down to Jimbo. He's once again doing a great job here for ITB. TchiK finds that shock rifle, and like you say, ITB break. And not only break the hill, might have just broken the hearts and the mental game of C9.
You could say WuTum winning the first battle, not the second one. How about, now 2-0 here for ITB. How about WuTum winning that first battle on light rifle? It was not on our screen, but in the feed we saw that. In the end he gets taken down, but not before he helps with the spawns. And ITB with a very nice break, very nice follow-up hold as well, to now lead 2-0 with just 3 minutes left.
Now we go over towards the dip hill. zMightys is going to find the camo as well, and he's going to find kills to go alongside it. He knows he's got a second one lined up in front of him as well. He'll find that. Information comes in from a teammate as well, where the last 2 remaining members are, and he's chasing them down. He wants to put the pressure on here. Teammate steps inside of that hill as well. Svspector.
Look at him. He's crazy.
He's going to get taken down. Beat down will do. That's going to stop the flood coming in as well. That's going to take that player out of the game for a few more moments. And TchiK now recognizing with the lead that they have, they don't have to just try and force this hill. They can bide their time a little bit, and they've earned the right to do so from how effectively they played up until this point.
I love how TchiK backs down while watching the sightline, but doesn't take any damage. So that by the time he retreats, that's unfortunate. That sticky either came off the pillar or the shin, not sure. 3 dead still, though. And because TchiK disengaged so early, right, he baits the hill perfectly. Manny's your only player alive here. He's going to try to make something happen bottom middle from the pillar. Not going to be easy, but love what I just saw from TchiK.
Jimbo again going to kind of follow a very similar train of thought. Doesn't want to give an opportunity for shots to come in. Doesn't want to give an opportunity for an easy pick to go the way of C9. And instead now can re-engage and not only picks up 1 kill, but also does a little bit more damage himself. There's a player inside of the hill here, so ITB have got to have their heads on swivels. WuTum will deal with him, as now Sab on the snipe tower will have a line of sight. But controlling these blue spawns, you can see why it's so important. You can see why ITB are trying to prioritize this. Just having great access to that hill, and anyone that steps into it is going to have to take a fight.
Sceptify trying to keep Jim here. Oh, did he do it? Oh my God,
Jim!
Disgusting. And he's still alive. That was brutal.
Oh.
The geometry there was insane.
There was a lot of mathematics being done inside of the brain of Jim there, and All of them worked out. WuTum now finds the kill, and that's another moment that we're going to look back on, right? C9, you feel like you're doing everything right, but it's a big play and a big moment, and it goes the way of ITB. WuTum now has the shock rifle. Sceptify manages to take him down with a little bit of help from zMannny, but Jimbo is there to finish off his killing spree and add even more damage and even more kills to his collection. Camo coming up as well. Jim's going to repulse top middle to try and challenge it. There is in front of him with the camo, but it's going to be C9 who do collect that. So an opportunity, at least for C9 to get some kills. He got him! He got him! What? Jim! What are you doing to him?
I was about to say, imagine if he does this unbelievable play from Jim. They're about to get their third hill as well. This is
a montage from Jim.
This is some of the best I've ever seen him play, period.
This is crazy. It is 3-0. They convert off the back of it, and ITB, the magic sauce, is fully consumed by Jim because he is playing some unbelievable Halo in this game.
Speaking of magic sauce, I went to Crown Burger yesterday.
Oh, phenomenal.
Utah institution. That
fry sauce?
That fry sauce is something else. Put that stuff on everything. Speaking of things I'd put on everything, Jimbo's gameplay this series. They're up 3-0. He's 16-10, and his utility use this series has been unbelievable. Just regardless of
my!
Spector picks up a double as well.
If he doesn't get that kill, by the way, then the trade probably comes in, right?
For sure,
in and around the hill. Then we're in another race, a foot race from the halfway point from both spawning teams to try and get access to that hill. Because of it and his survivability, now you're seeing C9 look to convert this hill. They're 2/3 of the way there. We talk about big swing moments. That was one on the side of C9, and the first one we've really seen go their way.
Let me ask you something, though. Minute 17 left on the clock.
Yep.
Is it possible?
I thought you were going to ask me about breaking GAs again, but
nope.
It's certainly possible. Certainly with the time that's left, however, we see the break now come in, and ITB are going to play the clock. That indication is pretty clear from the way that WuTum stepped in and then immediately stepped out of that hill. 1 or 2 more sets of kills for them, and they know that C9 have to push.
This is the definition. We've said the term head on a swivel before, but this is actually head on a swivel.
This is head on a motorized roundabout.
Look, gosh, if you're getting dizzy, don't worry.
He's so fun to watch, man.
He really
is. So fun to watch. Manny's trying to do anything he can to try and step in and finish that point off. But WuTum, turn around, kill you. Turn around, kill you.
I'll be back in a second. You
they
stay
do
right there.
get the point on the board, though, C9. But 38 seconds it has to be, and I hate to use the phrase.
Uh-oh.
Perfect Halo. There you go, I said it, okay. Bingo cards tipped.
It really is going to need to be exactly what you said. I'm not going to say it.
Just going to fall into that trap.
Nope, not going to do it. 24 seconds, though, left at 3-1, and you do feel like this is going to be a victory lap here in terms of the padding of the stats for ITB.
What a performance from ITB, right? I mean, this is a big series for them, a massive series in the context of the pools and potentially in the context of their entire tournament run as well. So to come out this kind of fire, to win Argo in the way that they did, to only lose a Slayer potentially in this series as well, I think it bodes very, very well for ITB to look like a threat in this bracket once more. All they're going to do is close this out. TchiK will find a back smack. 0 seconds means the win will be confirmed, and ITB Esports will close out this series at 3-1. And that game was the Jim Show.
Jimbo 21-14, and I tell you what, I'm going to go give him a big hug.